hope. It is 11 a.m. in Birmingham. It's 6 p.m. in Mindanao. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is World One, live from London. A Pakistani schoolgirl who was shot in the head by Taliban gunmen is being flown to Britain for medical treatment. The plane carrying 14-year-old Malala Yousafzai is due to land in Birmingham shortly after leaving Rawalpindi just a few hours ago. According to the Pakistani military, Malala will be cared for at a hospital that specializes in treating severely injured children. CNN's Reza Saya is live for us at our bureau in Islamabad, and Atika Schubert joins us now here in London. Let's start with you, Atika, in terms of we expect her to arrive, Malala to arrive momentarily.
Yeah, we are expecting her to arrive in Birmingham, where she will be taken to a special hospital that treats these sort of severe injuries for children. And what we're looking at specifically is, you might remember, in Pakistan she had that emergency operation to remove a bullet from her neck.
All right, Atika, thank you very much for that. Let's take you now to Islamabad and CNN's Reza Saya with the picture from that vantage point. Reza, talk to us a little bit about, we understand she left hours ago, and of course Atika was mentioning that the Pakistani military has arranged for her to fly to Britain. But in terms of also the situation of the so much support for Malala still in Pakistan, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, there's certainly a lot of support. The outpouring of emotion continues, but this is a move this morning that came suddenly.
Right, Reza, thank you very much for that. Reza Saya there in Islamabad. Well, former British Prime Minister Gordon Brown writes on CNN.com that Malala's plight highlights the struggle for education faced by millions of children around the world. The ill-fated Costa Concordia cruise ship is in court in Italy ahead of a possible trial for manslaughter. 32 people died when the luxury liner hit rocks off the Italian coast in January. Now from the court case, and CNN's Ben Wiedemann joins us now live from Rome with more on the hearing. Ben?
Yes, Monita, this is a hearing that is riveting the attention of the Italians.
And thank you, Ben Wiedemann there live for us in Rome. You are watching World One live from London. Talk about a giant leap. Felix Baumgartner has become the first person to pass the speed of sound without a plane. After waiting a few days for the right weather conditions, the Austrian skydiver threw himself from the edge of space on Sunday, landing safely in New Mexico just a few minutes later. CNN's Brian Todd watched it all happen.
Jumper away. With a heart-pounding hop into the stratosphere, Felix Baumgartner makes history. He jumps from 128,000 feet above the Earth, 24 miles up.
You won't be afraid of heights, that's for sure. Let's see what newspapers around the world are saying about this. Starting here in Britain with the Independent's headline, "One small step, then a giant leap," describing the jump as television gold. It says the feat was undeniably spectacular, but with a sense of danger that lent genuine drama to proceedings. In the U.S., the Washington Post's headline, "A daredevil's fall from space." It goes on to say Baumgartner, clearly proud of what he and his team had achieved, said that he looked forward to being in Joseph Kittinger's shoes in the future and guiding another aspiring supersonic traveler to achieve the dream of falling from the edge of space. And finally, in Canada, the headline in the National Post, 39 kilometers up, but not for long. It goes on to say, when asked how he planned to top his feat, Mr. Baumgartner said his next step would be to help the next big daredevil to outdo him. After more than 40 years of conflict between the Philippines and Muslim rebels that claimed 150,000 lives, an historic pact has been signed. President Benigno Aquino and Mura Ibrahim of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front witnessed the signing of an agreement to end the conflict. Mr. Aquino spoke about the significance of this moment. At the end of the day, what does this agreement actually mean in terms of for the people who live in Mindanao? I mean, we're talking about after 40 years of hostilities and instability, what does this mean for them?
You know, Monita, in terms of actual reality, it will still be many years before you can feel it on the ground.
Well, today could be the beginning of the end for Great Britain, as we know it. Prime Minister David Cameron is holding a meeting with the First Minister of Scotland to sign off on a plan that would pave the way for a referendum on Scottish independence. Has been following the story. He joins us now. We have more on that. So what exactly happened today?
Well, it's about to happen. There's going to be an agreement signed, a big legal document signed between David Cameron, the British Prime Minister.
The interesting thing is, a lot of polls that have taken place over the past couple years or so, when the discussions have been gaining momentum, is that a lot of Scots themselves are saying they don't want independence. In fact, the polls are indicating that actually they want to maintain part of the United Kingdom.
That's right. I mean, the last opinion polls that I've seen come from October, and they were saying that only 28%.
All right, Matthew, thank you very much. Well, 50 years ago this week, U.S. spy planes spotted offensive nuclear missile sites being constructed in Cuba. For 13 days in October 1962, a Cold War standoff would have the world holding its breath. CNN's Patrick Ottman takes us back to the place that almost triggered nuclear war.
You don't get much more off the beaten track than Omar Lopez's farm in the Cuban countryside.
You're watching World One live from London. There was no shortage of drama. Welcome back. With just 4 races remaining, the race for the Formula One Drivers' Championship is heating up, with the defending champion making his move at just the right time. Amanda Davis joins us now with the full recap.
Hi, yeah, it was an interesting race on the track, but there's been lots of news off it within the last 24 hours or so, involving Red Bull again. Been a very busy morning in Formula One, with the Red Bull team principal Christian Horner interesting that one. Lance Armstrong saying he might subject himself to a lie detector test. People saying, you know, which other sports stars would you like to see take a lie detector test? A lot of them on principle. I think there'd be a few libel cases, but yeah, it's been quite funny.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much for that. You're watching World One live from London as the world weather conditions, and we're seeing some seriously stormy conditions in the Mediterranean. Meteorologist Mari Ramos is at the World Weather Center with that. Hi, Mari.
Hello, Monita. Yeah, you know, it does seem pretty stormy out there. I want to start you off with a picture from Athens that looks, you know, pretty ominous.
Mari, thank you very much. It's one of the world's most traded food commodities, but as our appetite for fish increases, so does the pressure on stock. In the seas off Florida, swordfish numbers have been dwindling, I should say, for the past decade. But as CNN's John Zarella reports, the fishing industry is now adapting to some changing demands.
All the way from our oceans, right to our plates, sustainability is saving the future of seafood. John Zarella, CNN, Miami.
You're watching World One live from London. I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you all the news headlines in just a couple of minutes right here on CNN.